Hey, it's Uncle JJ. Can you tell that I'm clean right now? Can you tell that I'm clean right now? For me, it was important to take a shower before making this video. And I was just wondering if you could tell whether or not I am clean right now. I had an experience while I was showering. Um, the water was the right temperature. The amount of soap I had was just what I needed. And I realized how good the shower felt. And then there was this moment of guilt thinking of children. For example, what I thought of was parents trying to keep their children clean and they don't have access to hot water, to warm water. Who the heck wants to get clean in cold water unless it's very, very hot out? And as I was showering, I became very grateful for what I had, what I have, what I've had my whole life. Everything that we have in our life is a gift. Yes, you may say, well, I worked hard for that. And that was one of the thoughts. As I was showering, it occurred to me, is there a fellow somewhere saying, the shower is great, I deserve this shower? Do you really? You deserve it. Well, yes, I worked hard. And then I thought, well, the guy who's slaving in the field somewhere or in the mines or out in a fishing boat, I don't know, other worlds away from my experiences, are you saying they don't work hard? We need to be grateful for everything that we have. We need to be grateful. Years ago, there was one of these self-help guys. I don't know who it was. I'm starting to laugh because I have a story about Tony Robbins. Can I tell you that one about Tony Robbins? Yeah. Years ago, I was married at the time, and I was caught up in these Tony Robbins commercials and stuff that I was seeing on TV. I don't know, was it the 80s, the 90s? I don't know when it was. But I was caught up in it. And they had a series of tapes, and they were rather expensive. You know, I wasn't the ultimate provider in the household. You know, I always made my wife nervous because I didn't really consider finances to be that important, that I believed it would all work out. She wasn't of that mindset. But curious, as I'm saying that, I realized the contradiction there, that it'll all work out. Well, why was I interested in Tony Robbins tapes if I have the idea that everything will all work out in the end? Well, actually, this, and I'm telling you the truth, this actually happened. I ordered the tapes, and they were expensive, and my wife, but there was a return policy of, I don't know, 6 weeks or something like that. And as it turned out, I started listening to him, what have you, but as it turned out, my wife and I would make like a regular routine of visiting we call it a flea market in our state, but an outdoor market where people are selling all kinds of stuff. And we're walking along. Now, I have gotten the tapes from Tony Robbins at the price that was that the commercial said. And here I'm walking along, and there's a set in like someone cleaned out a house or something, and there was a set there for like $10. And I said to my wife, wow, look at this. this one is only $10. I just spent all that money. And she said, well, you're buying this one and you're sending the other one back, which I did. But I did listen to the tapes. And it was about, as I remember it, the creative process, believing in yourself and creating and moving along and stuff. Okay. There's different things, a series of tapes that you have to write down, very personal things about yourself. And I was trying to be as open and honest as I possibly could. And I remember distinctly, I even remember where I was. And when I wrote it down in the notebook, and I was completely by myself in a car, I was isolated. And with the most openness I could have, I committed to pen to ink to say that I've always felt very insecure about my anatomy. I don't know that I worded it that way, but I always felt very insecure about my anatomy. So you keep a notebook of all these things. I don't know that I kept that one, but you keep a notebook of all these things. And over time, like anything else, I sort of forgot about Tony Robbins and what have you. And I have been doing a little bit of acting, community theater kind of stuff. And I got a call from a fellow that I had done a show or a couple of shows with, asking me if I would be interested in auditioning for this piece. It was a 2-person play. And I said, sure. And one of the requirements for taking that role was committing to the fact of being naked on stage. So thanks to Tony Robbins, I committed it ink to paper, and within a year, I don't know how long it was actually, but within a year, I was naked on stage. It was a 2-person play. The other guy went off to LA, and I saw him on TV, and I didn't. So anyway, so that I got completely sidetracked. But years ago, also, I had heard this fellow self-help guy, not Tony Robbins, but somebody else say that trying to discover or determine or find your way into the here and now, right? And it says, when you're taking a shower, take a shower. And I mentioned this to my daughter at one point about the self-help aspect of it. And she says, oh, that might explain why I really don't like taking showers. Which brings me to my original point, can you tell that I'm clean? There is a shortage of water on this earth. Why is society committed to all of this showering stuff? Do you know what I mean? I experienced the guilt or humility for having access to a wonderful cleaning process, to the gratefulness that I have it. And sitting here thinking about it, it got me to the point. I don't think, I know this is weird. It's like, who's this old guy? What the heck is saying? If you can't smell the other person, I don't think they need to take a shower. But if there's odor involved, perhaps put some fragrance on over that, but maybe we shouldn't be wasting all this water, you know? Peace.